Hello kids, welcome to the session at Learn Forward platform by Feathercap. I'm your English facilitator Garima Singh to make your learning easy and fun. So let's begin. Hope you all are ready with your books Fly High Grade 3. Now we'll be reading chapter 2 that says Going to the Village. Have you ever visited a village? Any one of you visited a village? Yes? Okay. And definitely you know the life of village is far better than the life of city. In city we do have many luxuries, but you know the peace and the serenity and everything we find in a village only, the greenery all around, right? So in this it's a story about the children who are going to visit to their uncle and aunt who lives in a village. Let's read the story to find out how they reach the village and know about the village. Here we have a small activity. Have you ever been to any village? A village has large fields. It has small houses with thatched roofs and big trees. Would you like to visit a village? Would you like? Yes. You should go to a village. You should visit a village. Okay, so now let's start reading. Rohan and Aditi are going to visit their uncle and aunt who lives in a village. They are traveling with their parents. Aditi is very excited and keeps glancing out of the train window. I'm sure that you know you all love to peep out of the window, whether you are sitting in the car, whether you are in a train, whether you are in an airplane, right? So we all love to peep out of the window so that we can have the view. Similarly, Aditi was very excited and she was continuously, you know, viewing through the window. She has never been to a village before. Rohan, how much longer? I'm waiting to play with the caves and feed the ducks. So Rohan was very anxious. He said, how much time is still left? I'm really eager to play with the ducks and in the caves. Sorry, it's not caves, calves. A baby of a cow is called a calf. So I'm so sorry, I just misread it. Okay, calves. Aditi, do you think they have rabbits there? Mother, there were no rabbits when I was a child. There are large fields where you can play with your cousins. So mother says, when I was there in the village, there were hardly any rabbits. But then you have large, big fields where you can play. Aditi, and what do Uncle Naresh and Auntie Rujuta do? So she asked her mom that what do they do, uncle and aunt? Mother, they work on the farm, they grow sugarcane and rice. Rujuta auntie also runs the girls' school. So she says they two work on the farm, they grow sugarcane and rice, and Rujuta auntie, she looks after the school also. Which crops were grown on the farm? Correct, sugarcane and rice. Okay, father. They started it last year so that the girls in the village can study in the school nearby. You know, there were hardly any schools in the villages earlier, but now, yes, the government has put in efforts to have schools, to have education common for both girls and boys. Sometimes when it is cool, they have their classes under a huge banyan tree. You know, we all know that trees, they give us shade. So in villages, we do not have ACs, right? So whenever it was pleasant outside, the girls, you know, they used to sit under the banyan tree to feel the, you know, to have the pleasure and to feel the cool breeze. Rohan, I would love to do friendship with all of them. Father, looks like our station is just a few minutes, means they were about to reach the village. Aditi, how will we reach the farm? Are there autos and taxis to take us there? Now Aditi, she was, you know, very curious, very interrogative. She asked, how are we going to reach the farm? Do we have taxis? What is the source of transport that will, you know, carry us from the station to the field? Father, no, there are buses. Maybe your uncle and aunt will bring their own tractor. We can ride it on to the village. It was, you know, I mean, it would have been really fun traveling on the tractor. Rohan, I wonder what kind of house they live in. Mother, the house has trees all around it and a courtyard in the center. So what is a courtyard? It is an open area inside the house. In Hindi, you call it angan or the veranda, right? There is a well at the back. When we were young, we used to sit under the trees at night and grandpa used to tell us stories. The people of the village would gather to listen to the stories. Gather means to collect. Sometimes when it was very hot, we used to sleep under the trees because trees, they give us shade, and you know, at night it is really pleasant and cool. They smelled so good and it felt so cool. Aditi, The houses in the cities are usually small. Mother, well, many houses in the village are small too. Some of them have thatched roofs. Some houses are big and have tiled roofs. Okay, so the thatched roofs, are the roofs, those are covered with the straw, the dry grass, right? So, and the tiled roofs, the roofs those are covered with the tiles. Okay, the train is about to stop at our station. Come, pick up the bags and move towards the exit. Remember, it will stop there only for 2 minutes. What type of roofs do the big houses in the village have? They either had the thatched roofs or the tiled roofs. The family gets off at the station. The platform is small and it is almost empty, means there was nobody. Rohan, Uncle Naresh, Auntie Rajuta. Uncle, welcome. Did you have a comfortable journey? Aditi, we did. Auntie, come this way. The tractor is parked at the end of the station. So they brought their tractor to pick them up. Rohan, will you drive the tractor, Auntie? Auntie, why not? Would you and Aditi like to sit beside me in the front? Wow, so Auntie was so cool. She knew how to drive a tractor. See, the auntie is driving tractor. Really good. Rohan, yes, we would. Aditi, what fun. Will the tractor take us through the fields? Uncle, no, it might spoil the crops. In the field there are crops, so in case if you take the tractor, it would destroy all the crops. However, you can see the fields as we drive by. So he says, as we drive, you'll be able to have a view of the fields. Okay. How do you compare city life with village life? For me, city life is really fast, and because of the luxuries, we are all getting lazy. Whereas in a village, it is all, we are always close to the nature. We have so many trees, we have the clear clouds because there is no pollution. And then, the people in the village, they are really warm. They are always there to help, and we get better fruits and vegetables in the village. Yes, there are some disadvantages also, like here we have house help, we have so many advantages, so many facilities, but in villages the life is really simple. But then living in a village is really fun, and really you all should have an experience living in a village. Okay, so that was all about the story. Let's come to the exercise. Which part of the given sentence has an error? The house have trees all around it. Now let me tell you, there's an error, baby. The house has, it should be has. The house has, it should be has. So you can all cancel have and write has. Okay, the house have. So this is the error part. It should be have, which means the same as destroy, spoil. Very good. Which is the opposite of entrance? Exit. Very good. Now coming to the next, we have the extract. The first one is the house has dash all around it. The house has trees all around it. Describe the house according to the mother. According to the mother, the houses, they were all surrounded by the trees, and in the center they had the courtyard. And behind the house there was a well from where they used to fetch water. And when they were young, they used to sit under the trees, and grandpa used to tell them the stories. So houses there were big, with a big courtyard in the center. Dash would tell us stories. Who would tell us stories? Grandpa. Very good. The trees smelled so bad. No, the trees really smelled good, and it was fun and pleasure sitting under them. So false. Now the next extract. Who said welcome? Did you have a comfortable journey? So who said this? Uncle said this, right? Where was the tractor parked? Let's see. The tractor was parked at the end of the station. Next, the family gets off at the station. Next, we have the platform is large and almost full. False. The platform was small and almost empty. So false. Take the correct option. Who runs the girls' school in the village? In the village, sorry, Rujuta auntie, and she used to work in the farm also. The dash in the village has fence all around it. What? Field or a house? House. Who said, will you drive tractor, auntie? Who said this? Who asked? Rohan asked, will you drive the tractor, auntie? What kind of transport was available there to reach? It was a tractor. Absolutely correct. Or, they used to have buses rather than autos and taxis. Next, we have the fill in the blanks. Uncle Naresh and Auntie Rujuta, they worked on the farm. They grew what? Sugarcane and rice. Very good. Next, the houses in the dash are usually small in the cities. Absolutely correct. Next, the platform was small and almost empty. Very good. So you will all careful, you've listened to the story carefully. So a big smiley for you all. Next, the tractor was parked at the end of the station. My God, you know all the answers. Great. Next, we have the true false. There were many rabbits in the village. No, there were hardly any rabbits. False. There were houses available. There were buses available to reach the village. True. The trees in the village smelled so good and it felt so cool. Absolutely correct. Rujuta auntie drove the tractor to the village. Correct. Next, we have the question answers based on the chapter. The first one is, why did Rohan and his family travel to the village? Rohan and his family traveled to the village to meet their uncle and aunt. How did Rohan and his family reach the village? So Rohan and his family, they, reached the village by train, and from there they reached the fields with the help in the tractor. Describe the house in which Rohan's aunt and uncle lived. The house was, surrounded by trees. In the center, it had a courtyard, and behind that, there was a well from where they could bring water. What is this story about? So, what is this story about? Yes, this story is about the village life. Why did Rohan's uncle say that the tractor would go through would not go through the fields? Because, if you bring the tractor in the fields, it will destroy all the crops, right? So we cannot go by any vehicle. We can just have the view while driving by, passing by. So that was all about the story. Hope you all enjoyed reading it, listening to it. Now you will all read it once again. Go through the exercise. See you tomorrow. Till then, take care. Happy learning.